I forgot you can.
And we got people waiting. Sorry for the wait. What's going on, everyone? And welcome back on a lovely Tuesday night to the Double M Show. It's the usual crew. You got Mr. Mike Nice in the building as always.
What's going on? YouTube was giving us a little runaround just now. So I'm trying to get our live set up on IG and Facebook. So bear with me, but it's always good to be here holding it down on Double M.
Yes, sir. So we're back. If anyone's listening now, let us know if you can hear us.
Let me pull us up here.
Pull that up real quick.
Make sure we are good to go.
Because you never know with this show. You never know.
Never.
You never know.
There
But our audio is good.
Sound good to me.
Our audio is good. We are active. We are ready here on Double M. A lot to talk about. A lot to get through. Guys, we are, less than 2 weeks away. Less than 2 weeks away of the election. Once again, we just want to remind everyone, you can start voting now. You can start voting now. Go out and go vote, please. This is important. Try to step up this year. We want to get everybody out there who's able and willing to go out and vote. Do your due diligence and try to be the change. It's an important election for us, and we're going to see how this shapes the next 4 years of this country. And we're going to get into all of that today. A lot of things going on, man. Mike's going to get into it on the playlist, of course, but, just want to really start off and just say my thoughts and prayers go out to the people out there in Nigeria. Craziness going on right now. They're on a 24-hour curfew, if you guys don't know. The country is in flames, really. This protesting, bullets. We'll get into all of that, but thoughts and prayers want to go out to them. With that being said, though, here on Double M, you guys know what we do. We have conversation. We want you guys to join in this conversation, so please don't be shy. There's a live chat on YouTube. We check out the IG, Facebook as well. Don't be shy. Join the conversation. Anything you guys want to talk about, we talk about it, and we have great conversation. That's what makes this show work here on Double M. And with that being said, Mr. Mike Nice, can you please let us know what's on the playlist today?
Absolutely. So we got a lot to talk about. Like Marv said, obviously he just was speaking on a little bit. The situation going down right now in Nigeria. It's tough. I still need to do a little bit of my homework and research on it. I know Marv will speak on it some more, but even the little bit that he was, getting me hip to before we did the show, it sounds pretty crazy right now down there. And obviously our thoughts and prayers to the people of Nigeria for sure. But we'll get into that a little bit more as the show goes on. Also, as we're here preparing to get up and get ready to do our Double M show, Tory Lanez went live. This story continues to just unfold and take twists and turns left and right. But Tory Lanez went live to give his side of the story. And, as we sit here setting up, we're listening to the live and hearing what he has to say, because obviously we're going to, speak on it a little bit. But this story is just interesting. And it's really legit two complete, separate, opposite, different sides of the story, but we'll get on that a little bit for more for sure. Also, Ice Cube, he's catching a lot of heat right now because he's stepping up and trying to do things, and he's stepping up and doing things, working with the Republican Party, and not just the Republican Party, but the Trump administration. And because of that, he's taking a lot of heat right now, a lot of flack for being associated with the Trump administration, with what he's trying to do and accomplish. But we'll definitely speak on that some more. And also, y'all see what I got on here. It's a Red Sox t-shirt with the number 50 on it. And I don't think there's a number 50 on the Red Sox right now. But this t-shirt here is for one Mookie Betts, who is currently in the World Series, but he's now a member of the Los Angeles Dodgers. And we want to speak on where this right here, where did it go wrong? It went wrong somewhere. Where did it go wrong? But we'll speak on that for sure. Again, don't be shy to comment in the sections. Don't be afraid to give us your thoughts, feelings, and opinions. And also, be sure to like and subscribe on the YouTube channel, on the IG page, on the Facebook. It's Double M with Mike and Marv. We're going to get into it right here, right now with you guys.
Yes, sir. Mike, I started it off last week of what topic I want to speak about. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to take this show this week?
You know, you want to get the sports out the way? We can get the sports out the way.
You want to talk a little sports?
Real quick.
Let's do it, man.
It's not much sports, but just a little bit, you know.
Let's do it.
Like I said, I got on my Mookie Betts Red Sox t-shirt right now. And for those who don't know, Mookie Betts, for the last couple of years, was the face of the Boston Red Sox. In this post, David Ortiz era, Mookie Betts was the guy. Young guy, talented, had a lot of energy. People always talk about how baseball is boring. It doesn't have a lot of athletes who make it entertaining and whatnot. Well, over the last couple of years, you have the likes of, Bryce Harper, a guy who has a lot of energy, and Fernando Tatis. I'm probably throwing out names that Marv doesn't even know.
Harper, bro. Don't
Fernando Tatis?
No, now you're drifting apart.
Ronald Acuna Jr.
Mike Trout, bro.
Mike Trout, but yeah,
stop playing with me.
A lot of these young guys, including Mookie Betts, is coming to the game and brought a lot of spark and pizzazz to it. And not only was Mookie Betts bringing a lot of spark and pizzazz to the game of baseball, well, damn, that boy was good.
Yeah, Mookie was the guy.
He was good. Guy won an MVP award, if I stand corrected. Hit great numbers here with the Red Sox. And obviously, last year, things, ever since they won that World Series in 2018, things kind of took a left turn for the Red Sox. And, a decision was made at the end of the 2019 season what to do with Mookie Betts. Obviously he's a big-time player. He's going to demand a lot of money. And baseball money is different. Baseball money and contracts is different. I'm talking like 10 years, $300 million.
The other leagues are catching up.
Yeah,
baseball still got the standard.
But baseball is giving out wild money over the last several years to players. And they don't just give out this money to anybody. Obviously, it's big-time talent that is going to probably carry you for the next 7-10 years, and who will consistently put up numbers. Mike Trout has a big contract like that. Albert Pujols got a crazy contract like that. Alex Rodriguez, he's still in the league. Alex Rodriguez got a crazy contract like that. So many people believe the way Mookie Betts has been playing, he's the next man up. There was also a lot of people who believe nobody should be getting a 10-year, 12-year contract, because that's a lot of years. You're expecting that player to perform well for all those years. In my personal opinion, I agree. You don't give out that type of money and contract to anybody. But Mookie Betts was special, and the Red Sox screwed it up. Red Sox screwed it up, and they traded away Mookie Betts, who has now helped to lead the Los Angeles Dodgers to the World Series with a chance to bring a ring to that city that just got another ring in basketball.
I mean, this is one thing you don't do in any sport. When you have a young superstar who's already has the accolades, the rings, the chips, the MVPs, you lock that up. Whether your team is going to be bad in a few years, or whatever you do, especially if you're the Boston Red Sox, not just any market. You're the Boston Red Sox, big market in baseball, historic. You can pay anyone. You lock Mookie Betts up for the long run, and you ride it out with him. Later down the line, a few years later, if you feel like it's not working out, then obviously you can try to look and trade and get pieces in and whatnot. But you don't do it right now when he's young, fresh, and is one of the faces of the league.
Face of the league, man.
And now, Boston Red Sox fans, I mean, obviously you love Mookie and you support him because it's not his fault. He didn't want to leave. He didn't want to go. Anything, all the reports seem like he loved Boston. And now Mookie's playing currently in the World Series for the Los Angeles Dodgers, the team that you beat.
2018 World Series.
The team that you beat. He moved it over there, and now he's leading them to a World Series.
Yeah, I mean, I think the reports at the time of his contract, the Red Sox believed he wasn't going to sign back with the Red Sox once his contract was up. So they were fearful of that. They were fearful of him not wanting to stay a Red Sox. He never, in my opinion, he never indicated he didn't want to be a Boston Red Sox. It seemed like he was enjoying it. The team was good.
Money talks, success. Man.
And you put that money and contract in front of him.
Money talk.
I'm pretty sure he'd be just fine saying, hey, I got a World Series ring here. I got an MVP award here. You know, the people of Boston love me. You give me a contract that these other young superstars are getting, right. I'll be fine. But Red Sox just weren't feeling it. And now they watch him go. And if you pay attention to baseball, Mookie's out there. He's playing great. He's making great defensive catches, diving in the outfield. And again, like we've both been saying, his team is now back in the World Series. And obviously, he has a lot to – the Dodgers have already a good team. But he's helping their case even more, that they could possibly get over the hump and win something this year. Red Sox screwed up. And they're feeling it, right? Oh, they sucked this year. Not saying Mookie alone would have fixed that situation, but the Red Sox sucked. And the excitement to even watch the team is not even there. I bet you Mookie still on this team would change that. Maybe they're not as bad as they were this year. Mookie was that damn good, is that damn good. But the Red Sox screwed it up, and he's gone. I'm only wearing this T-shirt for the show.
You don't walk out with it?
He can't wear this out. He doesn't play for us. It's not like he's a legend, like, oh, Mookie Betts is one of the Manny Ramirez or something. Like, he's not like that. So I'm going to wear this T-shirt to play basketball or something, but I'm not going to wear this out proudly. Oh, man, Mookie Betts, he's gone, and the Red Sox screwed it up. But I needed a place to talk about it, which is why I brought it up here on Double M.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you're letting it out. I know a lot of Red Sox fans right now are pissed, bro. Sick to their stomach that Mookie is gone. How old is he? 26?
Mookie got to be no older than 28. He's not 20. It might be a lot. He might be like 26,
right?
25, 26, 27, somewhere in there.
That's honestly, I can't think of another scenario where this has happened. So it's as if you trade Patrick Mahomes.
Pretty much.
Like I'm trying to think of a scenario where this is like, okay, they traded their superstar because they thought their superstar wasn't going to stay, and a young superstar. You don't trade Braun in his prime.
You don't trade young superstars who not barely have hit their prime yet. Mookie's still fairly young. Yeah,
I can't compare this to anything in any other sport that I know. Maybe Melo from Denver to New York, but Melo didn't win anything.
Nah.
And Melo wasn't the type of stature where Mookie was at the time. So like I'm trying to figure out where there's a comparison, but this is really unheard of.
Red Sox fumbled, and it's gonna be a fumble that we talk about for years to come.
Oh yeah.
Because Mookie should have been, even in a situation like you talked about, the rest of your team may not be good, but at least you have that cornerstone piece that you can build around.
Where you can tell, hey, we got Mookie here.
Come play with Mookie.
Come play with Mookie. We can build around. Hey, fans, I know we suck right now, but we have Mookie here. Come watch Mookie. Like, you guys have, I tell you this, I'm not the greatest baseball fan. I don't watch baseball like that. I've always known who the manager was for the Red Sox.
You couldn't tell me this. You couldn't tell me who it is this year.
I couldn't tell you who the hell the manager is this year. That manager could walk right by me 50 times in the Stop and Shop. I would have no idea who he was. Say, move.
Can I get to the cereal?
Right, you're in my way, buddy. Bucko.
Man, yeah, it's just because the World Series, as we recorded on a Tuesday night, World Series is getting underway. the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the Tampa Bay Rays. But the fact that Mookie's there playing for a chance to win another championship, and he should be doing that in a Red Sox uniform, it eats away at me still. And like we said, it still kills and bothers many people, many Boston Red Sox fans. It sucks that Mookie's no longer on the Red Sox. But, I wish him luck. I wore this jersey because I'm pissed, but I also wore this because, I'm a Mookie fan still, and I wish him luck. I wish he still has a great career. The one thing a lot of people were hoping out was that, oh, man, the Dodgers didn't sign him to a contract. Maybe he plays his 1 year in Los Angeles and he'll come back. The Dodgers said, nah, we're not going to bubble this away. We're not stupid like the Red Sox. So he's going to be with the Dodgers for the foreseeable future.
Which is a great team as well.
Great team.
He got put in a great situation.
He's in a great city, great market. Like, oh, man, they're going to make Mookie the face of that team, and he's going to be living large, and I'm happy for him. He got paid, which is all he wanted, and he's going to continue to have success because he's that kind of an athlete.
I feel that.
But, yeah. Let's move on. Have to get that out.
Let's move on, man. So Mike said it earlier, getting ready for the show, building up, talking about topics. Notification goes on. Tory Lanez says he's going out to go on live. We all know the situation. We all know what he was going to talk about. Something that we've been waiting for maybe 3-4 months.
Long time
now. Tory goes on live and he finally speaks up. I can't say finally because, I guess in his album he was talking about it as well. But he finally directly speaks up on his IG Live on the situation that happens between him and Meg Thee Stallion. Insinuating pretty much that Meg lied, that she was influenced by people. He goes into detail of why would she do this if I did that? If I was such a bad guy, why would she get to the car? If she really got shot, why would she show her feet? And it said like he was trying to, show discrepancies in her report and saying that, he thought that the album would really clear things up, and he realized that was a fail. Which I'm glad he brought that up. He realized that was a fail, but he's trying to say that, his character was assassinated and he doesn't appreciate it, and he just wants to come out and tell his side of the story. That's pretty much the summary, I think. Mike, nice. Your reaction.
Again, like I said, to start off the show, he came on, he went on IG Live and completely spit a totally different story than what we heard from Meg Thee Stallion. Meg Thee Stallion pretty much came on and said, something went down and Tory shot me in my feet. Tory came out on his IG Live and said that didn't happen. I think he's saying something along the lines of she didn't even get shot in her feet, like she stepped on glass or something. I don't know. The fact of the matter is they got two completely different sides of the story. From what Meg said and what Tory said sounds completely different. Here's my issue with the situation still. Like, Meg getting shot or hurt in any type of way is very unfortunate. Sorry to hear that for sure. But Tory Lanez, this happened. And according to him, the reason why he didn't want to come out and talk is because lawyers told him not to speak or whatnot. Whether that's true or not, I'm like, you got to take everything he's saying with a grain of salt because you don't necessarily know the truth. Whether it's Meg or Tory, you don't necessarily know the truth 100%. None of us were there that night and could tell you what happened. But my thing is, I think he went about handling the situation all wrong. All wrong. Now, the whole thing about him, his lawyers letting him speak or not, again, like I said, I don't know if that's true. What I can say is, he should have tried to speak on this from the jump. If he was able to, he should have spoke on this from the jump. Everything he said on this live that he did tonight, he should have had this conversation with the people, his fans, from the jump.
If his lawyers told him not to talk 3 months ago, it's still an ongoing case. Why are you talking about it now?
He went about it wrong. Now, whether he was able to speak about it or not, this album that he dropped, bad timing. Because in the way the album was pushed was this album was going to explain everything that happened. That, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion, obviously, was the wrong way to handle the situation. In my opinion, if you weren't able to talk your album, don't say anything until you're able to do so. And if you're not able to talk or say your side to, what's today's date? The 10th of October, the 20th of October. If today was the only time you were free to speak, it should have been now that we heard from you, now that your album dropped, now that you're popping back up in the media, it should have happened now. Obviously, people would have questioned, where the hell you been? But if you've been quiet and not doing anything and popped up now and said everything you said in this live and basically started off with, look, my people, my lawyers, they told me I was not allowed to speak on this ongoing case. Then I think people have been like, understand it. But nah, a couple weeks ago, you dropped an album. You're popping up back on social media. You're dropping different pics. Looking like you're just living life like you're not going through anything right now. Like there's not a situation with your name upon it happening right now. But instead, he spent the last 7 weeks going about things, business as usual. But then he chose to come out on IG Live tonight and spit all this. This didn't happen. This not. It just looks bad for him. Looks really bad, in my opinion.
Yeah, I didn't like it due to everything that you just said. Once again, we don't know the true facts. So I think something happened to Meg. I absolutely do think something happened to Meg. There's a situation that happened. We all clearly know that. We know that Tory got charged for having a gun that wasn't authorized or whatever. That's a fact as well. Now, between what happened between Tory and Meg, we don't know. That's blurry. Meg came out and said, hey, he shot me. This is what happened. Tory's saying she's being influenced to say these things. Tory, it's been 3 months. It's been 3 months. You want to clear your name, you say that right away. Right away. Because your excuse of, my lawyers told me not to say it, or my label told me not to bring it up, doesn't make any sense. If everything is still ongoing, there's nothing changed. You just got charged like a week or two ago, a pending case, but now you're able to speak on it. That doesn't, if you want to talk about discrepancies, that doesn't add up whatsoever. If you couldn't say it 3 months ago, you damn sure can't say it now. So you could have spoke up, you could have talked about it. The album, trash. Trash. The whole concept, idea, everything about it is trash. You're trying to express your love for her, tell her you're sorry, tell her your side of the story, that it didn't happen. No one asked for that. No one asked for that type of music. Talented artists, I know a lot of people like them, talented. No one asked for an album on what happened. And this thing just gets a lot messier. What Tory just did makes things a lot messier, because now Meg's side, Meg's camp is going to try to come out with something. And Tory's going on trial. Like, this is an ongoing case. You guys are just giving out free material for anyone to use. This is not even in court. This is just online things that there's social media that you're spewing that can go against you. Because Meg's side is going to retaliate, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's a week or so, whatever, it's going to be he said, she said, he said, she said, that the whole public is getting to see before it's even put into court. So things might even get thrown away. And like, if Tory's innocent, I'd hate for him to screw this up. I hate for him to screw this up. If they told you to shut up, why are you talking?
It really doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. If Tory's innocent, I'd hate for him to be screwing this up right now. You never want to see a man go to jail for something he didn't do. He's not going about it the right way. Because what if you provoke the other side to really start showing things that happen?
Yeah. I think we spoke about this before on the show, but again, Tory just went live recently to give his side of the story. whether it was a regular statement, whether everybody want to go live now and explain their side of the story, whether you went that route, the fact remains, Tory is continuing to claim his innocence. He didn't do anything. I still believe if right after it happened, you came out as a man and said, look, my name is whatever your real name is.
Daystar.
Daystar. Because this is stuff that he was saying on his IG Live. My name is Daystar. I've never had any issues with women or domestic violence. You could check my history. You could check this and that. Like, I've never done anything like that. Probably all true. Maybe it's all true, and that's great and all. But this is months after the situation happened. Why are you saying all of this now? If you would have came out after the situation happened and really wanted to make people understand that you didn't do a damn thing, you would have came out on IG. If I'm Tory Lanez, let's pretend I'm Tory Lanez, and I'm talking to y'all right now like we are doing on IG Live, Facebook Live, YouTube Live. I'm saying, look, forget all the music stuff. Forget my fame and fortune. What went down that night was unfortunate. But I want to say this. I didn't shoot Meg. I've never had I never had anything domestic. Just everything he said in the live tonight, just be real with the people, because that's what it comes down to. You want to be real with the people and have them understand your side of the situation. Look in the camera like you're doing your IG lives. Just put all that music and Tory Lanez and fame and fortune to the side and tell the people, I didn't do this. This is why it didn't happen. The facts will come out, if it goes to court and whatnot. But I just want to make people understand, I didn't do. Like, just be real. If he handled it like that from the jump, I truly believe people would be looking at him differently.
Yeah. He's on his IG. He's upset that, people are throwing his name under the bus, or the articles and things like that are bashing his name. Well, duh. You put yourself in that situation. What are people supposed to think when you are not coming out and saying your side story, and all that's come out is pointing at you? You are the person that looks like who did this situation. I don't understand where he's getting upset from. It's handled wrong. It's disappointing. I honestly have no sympathy for Tory. None whatsoever. Like, his IG Live didn't make me sympathize with him and say, oh man, like, he's really going through it now. None of that. There was plenty of time throughout this. He shows that he's insensitive of it all. Like, he doesn't care. Like, I'm all set, man. I'm all set with Tory.
I believe if everything he did and said on his IG tonight, if he came out from the jump, had the same IG Live he had tonight, did it when the situation first occurred, it would be much different for him.
It'd be totally different.
But because he said everything he had to say tonight, after the fact that it's several weeks or month or whatever later, and on between that he put an album out, it just looks bad for him. His IG Live didn't necessarily fix anything or make him look better.
One thing I'll say that I didn't appreciate throughout the whole thing, he's explaining himself and whatnot, obviously, but he goes and says, I'm not going to bash Meg. I'm not going to, assassinate her character. She's going through a lot. Then he brings up, the deaths of her parents. She lost her mother, she lost her father. I've lost a mother, so I know how it is. You tend to lean on other people, and you tend to skew the other way, and you don't believe in yourself. You start to listen to others. If you're gonna come on IG Live and defend your side of the story, defend your side of the story. Don't bring up other people's deaths and family and the reason why they did so. Just defend your side of the story and leave it at that. And I didn't feel right or comfortable with him bringing up the death of Meg's parents, and that's the reason why this story's coming up. That was BS to me, and I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, it didn't sound good. It didn't sound good. Like you said, it's your IG Live, so come out and speak on you and your side. Don't necessarily bring up Meg or why you may think she's going through, like, it didn't come out good from him at all, bringing up her parents to play a part in this situation. Just leads back into the fact that this whole IG Live press conference that Tory Lanez, it didn't help his case at all. I mean, obviously, people out there, still love him and adore him, and he's a great artist and whatnot. But in terms of this, it's just a bad look for him. And who knows, as we go on, more information might come out. Somebody's lying.
Right.
Somebody's lying. Like, at the end of the day, Meg's lying or Tory's lying. Somebody's lying. I know different people got stories of what they think they happened and heard. Like, I remember the last time he was on here speaking about this, I said that I read somewhere that when Tory Lanez was shooting at Meg, he was telling her to dance. Like, there's a whole bunch of reports out there. It's not funny. It's not funny at all. But, I mean, somebody's lying. Meg saying Tory shot her. Tory saying, I didn't shoot anybody. Somebody is lying.
Right.
That's what it boils down to. And hopefully, the truth comes out.
Yeah, man. I just think this whole thing's unfortunate for hip hop, unfortunate for both sides, unfortunate for Meg, unfortunate for Tory. Yes, I think this is just gonna make things uglier. I really do. That's all I gotta say on the next episode of Tory versus Meg.
On the next episode of Tory versus Meg. Yeah. So let's switch gears a little bit. Topic that's been definitely circulating a lot in the media. The famous rapper, actor, producer, all his different titles, Ice Cube. Activist. Ice Cube has been in the media a lot. It's not for music, it's not for a movie or anything. Ice Cube recently, trying to a call to action in a sense. And with this call to action, he came up with let me get it right here. Contract with Black America, CWBA. And with this contract with Black America, he presented it, if I got the story correctly, he presented it just to the people, because he wanted the people to see it and read it and understand it and whatnot. And, according to him, I'm reading from his tweet right now, the Democratic Party and the Republican Party reached out to him concerning, that contract with Black America that he put out. And he claims that the Democrats said, look, we see the contract, but we're not going to address anything to do with it till after the election.
Right.
The Republicans in Trump's campaign, saw it, and he said in his tweet, Trump's campaign made some adjustments to their plan, talking to him about, the contract with Black America. So because of that, he went into working with the Trump campaign and doing things with them associated with this contract. And it led to somebody in Trump's party or campaign or whatnot tweeting like, shout out to Ice Cube for his willingness to step up and work with the Trump administration to help develop the Platinum Plan, which is Trump's plan for, working with Black America. And, people have come at Ice Cube because why the hell are you working with Trump? Everything that Trump's done, in this country over the last several years, why is Ice Cube, who's, obviously huge in the black public eye and everything, why is he working with Trump? So Ice Cube is taking a lot of heat right now. He came out defending himself, pretty much saying, look, it's not about who I support or who I endorse or whatnot. He put out this contract, and the parties reached out to him. Democratic Party and I guess Biden and them said, yeah, we'll worry about this and we'll dive into it more after the election.
Right.
When Trump's people and the Republicans said, okay, we'll take a look at it and try to make something happen from it. That's where his stance is upon it. But again, people just see Ice Cube working with Trump administration, and I think that's where things really blew up from there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So to wrap that all up, Ice Cube's getting a lot of heat. He's getting a lot of heat from obviously black people on what seems like they think he's taking a deal with the devil. In a better way to say it. And look, trying to find my words correctly here. Ice Cube had already come out and said, I'm working with whomever when it comes to this contract with Black America, whoever is willing to listen and, push my theory forward. Ice Cube has his team that's working on it as well. And Ice Cube has been very vocal, very active in the Black community. It's not something that he needs to, defend. Trump, I get it. We understand what he stands for. I can say it here. I think I can speak for Mike. We know what Trump means to the Black community, and it's nothing positive. But we also understand that politics, no matter what, the main issue, we see it in debates, everything's like what you're going to do for Black America. Because we are in the bottom of the totem pole. Always been, and seems like we always will be. No matter what, we're in the bottom totem pole with our living situation, jobs, food, living in general. We're in the bottom of the totem pole. What Ice Cube is doing is admirable. I don't think do people believe that Ice Cube is really wanting to work with Trump? Like, hey, man, I can't wait. No, but here's a team that's willing to listen to my plan, and I'm going to do whatever I can to push this forward for my people. There was something that we've all learned as young Black Americans, or that you learn going forward, Mike, is like, you got to learn how to play the game. Meaning, not everyone is going to be by your side. Not everyone has your right intentions, right? And you know that. Just growing up, you see how people move, and you know that not everyone's going to have the right intentions for you. But if you don't have to play the game, quote unquote, and utilize what they have to push your thing forward, you have to take it, especially if it's for your people. Look, I understand Trump. Trump is not our people. I understand. But right now, we need to get things going currently. We got to get things going. I can't wait for Biden, and then things might come up, and then this gets pushed in the back. If Trump's willing to listen to me now, and this administration is willing to listen to me now, I'm going to push it to them. They can give us some money so I can push this contract forward and help our people. I'm going to do it. Whether how you think of him or not, I'm going to push it. Yes, I understand it looks bad. Yes, I said I'll never vote for Trump. Cool. You guys can pull up all the old tweets you want. At the end of the day, I'm trying to push us forward. And as Black people, we have to understand, like, just because we don't agree with that person, let's look at the overall goal of what's trying to be done here. What is the overall goal? Is it trying to push us forward or backwards? And I think that's where the blind spot is, and it's unfortunate. Because this is another case of us bringing a Black man down. When we should be uplifting him, there should be more people by his side. Like, yo, what Ice Cube is doing right now is uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable as hell. So, hey, my partner's uncomfortable. I'm going to go there with them to, ease that with them. Because I know what he's doing right now is not easy. I'm gonna hop on the Ice Cube train and say, you know what, brother, I got your back. Because you're going to need help. You're dealing with the Trump administration. You're going to need some help. But unfortunately, it's not going that way. And it seems like now Ice Cube got to fight off everybody and defend himself tweet by tweet. Like, hey, and that's crazy.
Yeah, one thing I could definitely say, it feels like for the people who's coming at Ice Cube, it sheds light on what feels like a lack of knowledge and understanding and education, in a sense, because I agree 100% with what you just said, Marv, in terms of the fact that I think collectively, yes, when the black community thinks of Trump, you're like, damn, the black community doesn't think Trump and his administration is necessarily on, our side.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, if Trump is to, Ice Cube came out with this plan, this contract, and if Trump were to win the election and become president for the next 4 years, everything that Ice Cube is trying to push forward, or black people in general are trying to push forward, if Trump wins the election this fall, we're all just supposed to, oh man, well, let's just tuck our tails and bow our heads because Trump's in there again and it's over for us. No! You got to continue to push forward. Even on times that could look unfortunate, you got to continue to push forward. What Ice Cube is trying to do, he's pushing forward. Whether it be the Trump administration, the Biden administration, he's trying to push something out there that makes sure or can, shine light upon what the black community in this country is lacking or what we're not able to have access to and different things of that nature. No matter if it's Biden in office, no matter if Trump is in office, he wants to see us be greater than where we are right now. That's what it boils down to. And him and his team, with the power and the level that he has, is trying to ensure that that's the case. He's using his platform. He's using his celebrity. He's using the power that he has to try to make that happen. And he explained it clear-cut in that one tweet. Both parties reached out to him, and these parties say, great, man. They both want to reach out and work to me. Absolutely. But the Democrats decided to say, look, everything you're putting out there is great and all, but we want to wait and hope till hopefully, after the election we're in office, Biden's in office, and we can move from there. The Republicans, Trump said, hey, look, we'll revise things, we'll look at things now. And Ice Cube went with that. Like, we're not trying to wait till after the Democrats maybe get in office to try. If I can push this stuff now and get it rolling now, I'm doing it by any means necessary. And that's what's happening. So it really, once I dove more into this article and the situation, it really bothered me how people can just really tweet at Ice Cube just with hatred. I can't believe you're working with Trump. Easy. I can't believe you're doing that. You're working with Trump. Like, do you understand what he is trying to accomplish right now? You're just mad because you see Ice Cube and Trump administration name together in a sentence or an article, and you just find hatred in this. Do you understand the people that tweet at and send him angry messages? Do you understand what he's actually pushing before you just get angry seeing those two names together?
Do people think that in the 4 years that Trump's in office, there was no conversations about how to push the black agenda? Like, was it only white people pushing that to Trump? Like, black people have to deal with Trump. You have to deal with the president. He's the president of the United States of America. You have to deal with him. It is what it is. Like, what message are you telling young folks that, hey, right now, guys, I know we want to push this agenda for us, but we're not really messing with the president right now, so we're just going to sit back and, and wait another 4 years while, we still have horrible living situation. Our schools suck. We don't have enough money for food. But we'll just wait a couple more years because, right now we just don't like the president. Hope you guys understand that. You got to fight. If anything, Ice Cube is showing the right message. It doesn't matter who's on top. Whatever you have, you got to go out there and do it.
Like, it doesn't make sense how people can't. It's like having a job and your boss, you don't mess with your boss. But in order for you to maybe be a part of that project or maybe try to work to get a raise, you don't have to push that to your boss. Whether you like your boss or not, you can't sit there and, well, hopefully a new boss comes in and I can try to make my way and get a promotion or do this and that. Hopefully the next boss allows. Nah, if you want that now, you got to go after it, whether you don't like your boss or not. That's a smaller situation example compared to what Ice Cube was trying to do. It's pretty much the same thing.
We've been marching, screaming, we want justice now. Now. I never heard any march say, next year. We want change next year. No one's ever said anything about everything's been now. So when you have someone stepping up who has a platform and is willing to step up for us, why the hell are we bashing him? If anything, he needs all the support in the world, because you see that the Trump administration, they're gonna obviously misconstrue it. Hey, we got our buddy what's his name, Ice Cube, right here with us. We know that. We know how politics work.
Even the tweet that came out from the person in the party said, "Oh man, we got Ice Cube now. Oh boy, leaders going lead it. Haters going hate. Thank you, Ice Cube, for leading."
That's all politics. That's all. You know they're gonna use that. Oh boy, we got Ice Cube on our side. That's gonna help the black vote. No,
a big black personality like Ice Cube wants
they're gonna push that. So what?
And if you feeding into that, then you just lost in the sauce.
So what? The Ice Cube said, I'm endorsing Trump. He said, no, I'm trying to push our agenda. I'm trying to help us out. He's the current leader of the free world. So I'm going to him. I'm not going to the small guys. I'm going to the big boss. This is what we want, and this is what we demand now.
Not wait until after election day. Don't matter if it's Trump again, Biden again. The agenda still needs to get pushed forward. We're not saying we want to protest and march for change, but we're gonna wait till hopefully Trump's not in office. Nah. There's no waiting. I just hope that the people who just see the name Ice Cube and Trump next to each other, working together on his contract, and just feel hatred and upset and mad, I just hope they open their eyes up, open their nose up, and smell the coffee and just understand what's really taking place. Don't just see Ice Cube and Trump and just, oh, he's working with Trump. Oh, he ain't for the black people no more. It's over. Trump, we lost. Ice Cube. I'm looking at the article, and a lady, some author tweeted out, "Oh, good Lord, how much are they paying Ice Cube? How does the guy go from NWA to Magna?"
Like what? And this is people with platforms.
She claiming he traded in his NWA hat for a Magna hat.
It's sick.
Because he's working with Trump. Do you understand what's actually taking place?
It's sick. And all this backlash, all these people claim they hate Trump and all of this. Y'all voted him in. Half the people come and ask you, did you vote? Did you vote? I'm not hearing none of that. It's disappointing, man. It's disappointing that they're doing that, especially for a man that, I follow and I see what he's been trying to do. And I see how he's spoken. It's not one night he woke up and said, oh my God, I love Trump. It's, oh my God, we need to do something now, no matter who's in place. And that's motivational to me, if anything. Like, don't let a situation, because of the situation that's going on right now, don't let that change the agenda. You got to keep fighting. Yes, it might be harder. It might be harder, but continue going on. Especially the tweet Mike just mentioned. They said, hey, Democrats, sorry. Let's hold on. We got bigger things to tackle right now, Ice Cube.
We're trying to get the election. Ice Cube said, that's fine, Like, Ice Cube didn't say anything negative about the Democrats, I understand you had a race going on that you're trying to win. Go after that. But the Republicans are down to work with me right now. I'm not in no waiting. I'm not in wait mode. I'm not in pause. I'm not in wait around and see. Like, trying to make a statement now if I can do that. Shout out to Ice Cube.
Shout out to Ice Cube. That's all, like, for real, man.
We can leave it right there. Shout out to Ice Cube.
I don't understand it.
If you don't like what Ice Cube's doing because he's working with the Trump administration and the Republicans, please open up your eyes and go back and read and understand what is actually taking place before you want to just be mad at Ice Cube. All I got to say.
Well said, man. Well said. Let's move it on, man. 2020 has been some. We can all agree 2020 need to go. It's been something else, man. It's been something else, and sometimes we get so fixed in our bubble, we don't see what's going on in the outside world. And if you've been paying attention to the news lately in the past 2 weeks, Nigeria, one of the most powerful countries in the world, not just in Africa. Nigeria, one of the most powerful countries in the world. Huge market, is going through something. I can't even say unfortunate because it's scary. They're going through something scary currently. If you don't know, there's what they call SARS, and pretty much the government in Africa. And I want to reiterate, the government in Africa is completely different than how things are governed here in America. Like, if we don't like Trump, he'll be gone in 4 years, or you can impeach the leader. That doesn't happen necessarily in Africa. If someone's leading, your kids will have them leading, and their kids will have them leading. Like, it could last for as long as they want, and the government can stay the same, and there could be no change. And there can be a lot of things that are corrupt in that situation when it happens. Shout out to my mom. There's 3 things that I know are guaranteed: death, taxes, and my mom calling their double.
Double left. And Marv has the same conversation every time. Mom, I'm doing my show. Every time, never fails.
Never fails. And anyhow, yeah. So things being governed right now in Nigeria are very bad, and there's been some police brutality. People speaking up against the government have been getting killed. There's genocide. Genocide has been happening. People are getting slaughtered, civilians. And so in the past 2 weeks, something that doesn't happen in Nigeria, something we know here in America, protests have been happening for 2 weeks straight. Protests. People are coming out, leaving work, protesting against SARS, end this government. And then to the point that they finally got, their FBI or their government looking into things of what's happening. However, during these protests, people are getting killed. Like, straight up getting shot at, killed, them just for peacefully protesting. And it's sickening. It's sad. We have our own issues going on here with police brutality and us marching for peace. And you see people getting tear gas. But imagine you protesting, and then the police just say, "F it. We're just gonna start shooting." That's what's happening in Nigeria right now. It's madness. Like I said, it's a 24-hour curfew going on right now. It's scary, scary times. You see a lot of celebrities right now, tweeting about it. I don't want this just to be a hashtag, but people need to be aware what's going on in this world. Once again, I said Nigeria is one of the most powerful countries in the world, and this is happening to them. So my thoughts and prayers are going out to them. This is sick. It's sad. It's sad as hell what's happening. So let you guys know that this is not only happening in America. This is not only this corruption going on all around the world. There's change that needs to be happening all around the world. In 2020, you would hope that this wasn't the case, but there's so much work that needs to be done.
Absolutely. Obviously, thoughts and prayers out to the people of Nigeria. I mean, again, it just goes to show you different countries deal with different things. Like us here in the U.S., we're dealing with our stuff that's happening constantly, but this is a situation. It's things happen around the world. Um, and if I can understand what you're saying correctly, Marv, the protesting that is taking place now is something that's not typical.
It's not typical at all. Protests are not something that happens.
And you know what? I mean, I'm just trying to make maybe a connection or correlation, but obviously, you see what's happening in the U.S. Protests have been huge, not only just currently right now, but throughout the years.
Yeah.
Protests has been happening, but it's been obviously with social media, a huge light is shined upon the protests that have been taking place in the United States right now. And I mean, if it could be that sparked the people of Nigeria to say, look, this is, how the people in the U.S. are taking a stand for what they believe in, what is right. They're putting themselves out there, in a sense, putting their lives on the line to be out there on the front lines to shout from from the pits of their lungs, what is wrong, what is right, and what not. They could be taking a page out of, the people of the United States and doing the same. Unfortunately, people are losing their lives, and that's what is the saddest thing about it. You want to peacefully protest and be out there.
Peacefully protesting of people losing their lives, and you're losing your life.
Losing your life. It's just a crazy thought. Like, you're out there protesting peacefully, and your life is on the line when you're out there. It's crazy. It's really crazy to think about. And it's tough. It's not easy. Excuse me. It's not easy to think about it here happening on the own land that we live upon, and to think about the people of Nigeria. It's not easy to hear about it happening over there as well. Thoughts and prayers to them for sure.
24-hour curfew, man. Like, you can't leave your house.
You can't go anywhere.
You can't.
You gotta stay inside. And if you step outside, what, you arrested, probably killed?
It's amazing, man. It's amazing that we have all of these issues that are happening here, and you have to remember it's far worse outside. It's far worse outside what's happening. What people in Africa are going through right now, with government being corrupt and them finally trying to take a stand. And now when you finally try to take a stand, I don't want to use finally, sorry, but when you take a huge stand and you're losing your lives over that. I think about my Nigerian friends here. I have Nigerian friends here, and they're thinking about their families right now who are in lockdown. We had lockdown here. It's nowhere as tense to what the lockdown is over there right now. It's something crazy. I want to bring it up more. I want to do more research to talk more about it on Double M. But for the listeners right now, I just want you to be aware what's happening, in Africa, more specifically right now in Nigeria. It's crazy to think about. Really crazy to think about that police, government are killing their own people due to the fact that they're upset on how they're being governed.
Yeah. It's wild. Definitely wild indeed. Thoughts and prayers, man. Like, just hope for a better outcome for that situation. You don't want that living situation. Nobody wants to be in lockdown for 24 hours. Nobody wants to be in fear of their life, stepping outside, thinking that you don't know what's going to happen to you. You step foot outside of your residence. Like, it's tough.
Very tough. But we get, this is what Double M is about. Bringing up these conversations, bringing up these talks on what's happening. I do want to, end this off on a lighter note here on Double M. Anything else you want to bring up on that?
No, man, continue.
Yeah. So there is the World Series going on right now between the Dodgers and the Tampa Bay Rays. since Brady moved to Tampa. Tampa Bay's been winning over there. The hockey team, I believe, won.
Yeah.
Now that you got the baseball team in Tampa Bay about to be in the World Series. The Bucks look good. Is Brady some type of good luck charm? He came into Boston. Boston started winning a lot. Grew up in Cali when they won 4 chips with San Francisco.
Well, hey, Brady took over in 2001 for
Took
the
over in
Patriots.
2001.
In those 20 years that he was here, Boston has seen a lot of championships.
And all of a sudden he goes to Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay is winning.
The Lightning won. The Rays are in the World Series. The Buccaneers look like they're making a run.
I'm just putting it out there.
I mean, Miami Heat was in the finals.
Miami Heat was in the finals. I'm just putting it out there.
Man, Brady's a great guy. I'll always be a Brady fan. I don't care what jersey you put on. I'm a Brady fan. And if he's a good luck charm for Tampa Bay or the state of Florida and their sports, us here in New England, we've been blessed. Especially for the last 20 years. I mean, we've seen championships way before then anyway. But especially the last 20 years, we've been blessed. In our lives, we've been blessed. So, hey, man, if another city granted, hey, I would love to continue winning championships here in Boston for sure. That's what we do. It's a city of champions, title town, all of that good stuff. But, maybe another city gets blessed the way we did. Maybe it's their time in history.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like it.
Of course not. I want Boston to win everything.
I'll say this. Everyone likes to say, oh, Boston fans are lucky. Boston fans got all the championships. As much championships as we won. We've won more than we've lost. We suffered some losses.
Brutal ones.
We suffered some brutal losses here in Boston in all types of sports.
I think other cities can make their arguments for brutal losses. But when your teams have the prestige that our teams have, it hits a little different.
It hits a little different.
Brutal losses for the Patriots is not the same for the Jets.
Right.
Brutal losses for the Red Sox ain't the same for the Kansas City Royals.
Losing sleep. Like if Jets made a run to the Super Bowl and they lost, it's like, oh, we were this close. Oh my God. We lose to the Super Bowl. Like, what the hell is going on here?
Yes. Like
you're sick. Wrong. Yeah. You don't want to go to work. You don't want to go to school.
You don't want to watch ESPN for a week.
You're done. You're done. Because you're just expected to win. We had NBA championship losses. Ooh. We've had Super Bowl losses. We've had Stanley Cup losses, right? We lost the Stanley Cup.
Red Sox.
We gave up 3-0 run in the in hockey playoffs.
Yeah.
3-0 lead.
It's different when your team's expected to win and you have that prestige and the aroma of winning around you. We ain't the Jets. We ain't the
we winners.
We ain't. I'm thinking of other sucky teams out there.
The Red Sox, the only teams that in our generation when they made it to the finals, they just always won.
Whenever Red Sox have made it to the World Series since 2000, they've won it.
They've won. The only loss I think that might have really hurt Red Sox fans was the year Ortiz was going to retire and we just got swept in the first round.
Nah, that's not the year that hurt the most.
Which one?
It's 2003 when Aaron Boone hit that freaking home run.
That was bad. Sorry.
That bothered me till this day. And that's 2000. We talking a long time ago. Yes. That Aaron Boone home run hurt me till this day. Thankfully, they came back the next year. That makes it a little better. Yeah, they pulled a Spurs, literally. That makes it feel a little better. But nothing like that Aaron Boone. That one hurts in Red Sox. We know the Celtics in 2010 hurt. The Patriots got 2 hurt. Them 2 Giants ones hurts for sure. Like,
we try to forget Eagles, but we lost to Eagles.
Eagles one sucks, but it don't hurt. It didn't hurt like the Giants.
Don't hurt like the Giants, but Eagles won. That was Brady's best Super Bowl performance.
Yeah, Brady. I need to rewatch that Super Bowl.
Brady. They don't even show that Super Bowl. Like, you know, on NFL Network, you'll see a lot of Patriots Super Bowls, and you'll see even some Giants Super Bowls.
They scored mad points. Even the Patriots put up a lot of points.
They do not show the Patriots Eagles performance, and that's a great Super Bowl. Like if you were just a casual fan, that's a great game to watch.
It's put up on the board. It was a good game, but I need to rewatch it because I kind of don't remember.
I remember a couple of things. Brady went off. Gronk might have been Super Bowl MVP. I remember Gronk going off in that game.
Watch that game. But yeah, and then
then I remember the strip sack.
Oh, Brady.
I remember the strip sack.
He on the possible game winning or tying drive, right? Okay, now it's coming back to me.
We did a show that night.
We sure did.
In someone's basement.
Shout out to my guy Ryan. He let us use his basement to record our show, and that was a tough show to record.
Had my Randy Moss jersey. Randy Moss went to the Hall of Fame that night.
Yeah, that was a tough loss, but don't hurt like them other two against New York. And yeah, the Bruins have lost a few times.
We were supposed to blow out the Eagles. Nick
Foles, yeah. I tell you,
that was the most confident.
You still tune in. A couple people still tune in. Quick story here. Shout out to my guy Ryan. You know, he's a Patriots fan. He's married to an Eagles fan. And he's having a Super Bowl party back when you could be at parties on Super Bowl and all of that good stuff. He's having a Super Bowl party. His wife is there with his Eagles jersey on. She might have like a few friends over that are also from Philly and Eagles fans. What is my boy Ryan? His boys, we in there. Patriots fans, Eagles, Nick Foles. We not worried about anything. That game is just going on. And again, it's a high-scoring game, so it's going back and forth. But to lose that game, and it's a house full of Patriots fans, and then 3-4 Eagles fans, his wife and her couple of friends, that hurt. Because she went off, and she got every right to go off. She went off. Her and her friends went off.
Yeah, I just remember, it's different. When you lose, but you just lose in your silence and peace, you can mourn and be mad. But when you lose,
she was going crazy in their faces,
laughing, giggling with joy,
dancing, all of that good stuff.
Well, you gotta behave. You got someone's house. You gotta behave. You gotta be well mannered. You gotta act like it doesn't bother you. You just have that smile, like, you guys got that.
As soon as you get in the car, though. Went in the car. I think I did go in the car and go off. I might have went off because
the best celebration. You remember? I think it was Atlanta.
Eagles. Oh man,
the Hawks celebration.
Oh yeah, Atlanta. That Super Bowl.
The snow was outside. We were about to do our show as well.
Yep.
Just lost it.
We was outside in like a t-shirt. I had a cut-off shirt on. It's cold and it's snowing. Cold. But we outside running around, going wild after that.
And that's after we did our show. Because we had to do a show. And after we did our show, that's when we were able to release the joy of winning. Yeah.
That one, the Seahawks won.
Seahawks won in college.
In college.
We went in college. That was another snow. That was another snowstorm.
We didn't give a damn about the weather. We was out there.
No, that was beautiful. Seahawks was fun to celebrate with, just your peers outside. Then come back inside, get a little hot cocoa, watch the interviews.
Cocoa.
Come on, man. Family show. Hot cocoa.
Yeah, cocoa, yeah. Good wins. Good wins.
We had we celebrated the 2013 Red Sox championship as well in college.
Yeah, we did. That was also a good one. See some good championships, man, in our lifetime, man. And hopefully many more is on the way.
Yeah, I mean, all my favorites won. Other than Randy. Randy Moss never gone one.
Yeah, that's a conversation. We're gonna have to play great players that have played for your Boston teams that didn't win a chip.
But all my guys won. And I'm happy. Pierce won. Brady won.
I think
Ortiz won.
Randy hurts me the most.
All my guys won, other than Randy. Obviously, we got the new up-and-coming youngins. They haven't really shown a championship team yet.
Nah. ain't hungry for it like
they haven't shown a championship team yet, so I can't put them as my guys. I like the young cats. I like them.
Yeah, but they only been in the league 3-4 years. They don't have that. Damn, I've been in the league 7-8 years. Desperation year. That's when it really hits you. And then the media is only like, yo, you nice, but you've been in the league this long, you haven't won anything. Like Tatum, Brown, they ain't getting that.
And your guys, when you're a kid, compared to your guys when you're an adult, are different. Like when you're a kid, you root for players a little harder than you root for them as in yeah. You like those dudes are your hero. Now as an adult, like you support players. You support players. Like, I'm going through shit right now, kid. I still got work in the morning.
Whether you win or lose, like I'm not going to school to talk to Gable, but my friends are on the cafeteria table.
I still got bills to pay, whether you win or lose. So it hits different now when you're an adult. But when you're a kid, for sure.
Absolutely.
I'm glad that when I was a kid, all my guys won. Pierce, he needed to get one. Oh my God, if Pierce didn't get one.
Pierce
my goodness.
Pierce wouldn't get one is huge for me since I like baseball. I love the fact that Manny and Pedro and Ortiz got one. Those are my guys. Brady was getting the Moss one hurt. Because the Patriots are used to winning. So like Brady and Troy Brown and Law and those guys, they got like 3 already.
Moss hurt.
And then you get one of your favorite football players to come to your favorite team. That was like Ray Allen getting one for me with the Celtics. I was a huge Ray Allen fan. He came to the Celtics, got a ring. Like, damn, that's how Randy Moss was for a lot of people, like you're saying.
Yeah, Moss bothers. Luckily, Moss gets all the respect he deserves. And I was watching him on ESPN, I think like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, wow, Moss is really good now. When he started off with Fox and things, he was a little shaky.
Moss is a veteran now when it comes to
But now when Moss gives his analyst, I'm like, whoa, yo, Moss. I'm proud to listen to him because like he's come a long way. Like Moss is really good. What he says makes sense, and he's just how sometimes you just have a specialist. Hey, we can just only talk about the wide receivers. No, he's talking about the defense.
Why didn't that happen to KG?
They didn't give him enough time. They didn't give him enough time.
They gave KG his own show.
And it was great. His second year was great. Man.
It was great because they
had great interviews.
They had to bring about 4 or 5 guests on at one time.
It was great. I enjoyed every minute of it. They'll give him another shot. KG's a good personality.
He'll never get his own show.
He was a great personality.
But he's not now.
So don't hate on KG, bro.
I'm just saying, Area 21 wasn't good.
Area 21 was not as bad as you make it seem. The first year was rough. The second year when they moved it to more of an online thing and having guests, and that was really, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, because you talk about him sitting around just having casual conversation.
And it was great.
With people. When the first year, they was like, all right, now we're kicking it over to Kevin.
It was his first year, though. It was his first year, bro. Right. We got Mike Nice in the building, right?
Right. You see it. You see
it.
Right.
Yo, Mike Nice, yeah, right.
You know what it is?
Yeah, right. It was rough his first year, but he got through it, man. And the second year was a lot better. But hey, I think he's working with Showtime now. He's got a documentary coming out. He's got a book coming out that is on his Instagram.
Wow.
I might have to cop that. But overall, Mike Nice. Another Double M Tuesday.
So it was a good one. Always. A lot of great topics, conversations, per usual. That's what we do here.
Real quick, last question before we leave.
Mm-hmm.
Probability or percentage Patriots make the playoffs?
Percentage that the Patriots... Less than 50%.
Give me a number.
33%.
33% chance to make the playoffs. 1/3. Whoa. That's low.
Team's not good. Oh, you want to talk for another?
No. I just wanted the percentage and leave it out.
The team offensively
33
sucks.
Is low.
Cam Newton's great. Other than that, it's not good. Edelman's not good. James White is good, but within this offense, it's not good for him. You don't. Sony Michel ain't no star running back. Damian Harris hasn't. I mean, not that he sucks, but he hasn't taken off yet. And you don't have any good wide receivers. You don't have any good tight ends. Team sucks.
33%. You heard it from Mike Nice.
If I'm wrong, I hope they prove me wrong, but right now my confidence level is not high.
I hear that. Well, this is Double M. Thank y'all for tuning in, liking, subscribing, IG Live, Facebook, YouTube. You'll see us next week. We'll be at it again.
Thanks for watching.